Good day, all you hockey fanatics. You're welcome to Puck Ponderers with your host, Brad Sullivan.
Co-host Nick Albrecht.
And we're here to bring you everything hockey from slap shots to scandals. Today we're going to talk about the Adidas deal that just happened. Massive thing, Reebok has been the jersey provider for years. I've been a big fan of it, but it looks like the NHL's done with it. What do you think?
It would appear that one day. So the deal is set to kick in at the start of next season. A lot of people are worrying that will lead the way to advertisements on these jerseys.
In my personal opinion, I don't think they should have them on it. I mean, I don't want to see a Tim Hortons ad on a Canadiens jersey. I just think it takes away from the tradition and it takes away from the beauty of what is a hockey jersey.
Yeah, I agree with that. However, if on the Adidas jersey, if they were to put the Adidas logo on there, I wouldn't really have a problem with that. I have a jersey up there, and it has like 3 Reebok jerseys on a St. Louis Blues jersey. Or 3 Reebok logos on the jersey I have. So,
I mean, but there's
manufactured jerseys should have their logos on the jersey, but any other things like that, like you said, a Tim Hortons logo on a Canadiens jersey would just be excessive.
See, I've dealt with people saying, oh, like, what are you getting mad about ads? They're just putting Adidas on the side. I don't care. I mean, the person who's made the jersey always done that, putting it in the back of the neck and the sleeve. Like, that's not what I'm worried about. I just don't want a big, fat, juicy square of a McDonald's or something.
So you don't want the Tampa Bay Lightning brought to you by Duracell. I mean, you don't want that.
No. Also, I don't want the infamous 3 striping on Devils jersey. It's all over. It's all over soccer, and if they bring it to the NHL, I'm gonna be really pissed. Like, oh, I don't want to go like, oh, you gotta change your jersey to add our signature look.
Exactly.
It doesn't work with.
Sorry.
It doesn't work with long sleeves. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Supposedly Bettman said something along the lines of it won't. I'm trying to find the tweet now. But basically, it won't be on the jerseys in the NHL season, as far as at least the first season anyway. But they're talking about it possibly being on the jerseys in the World Cup coming up.
I think that'll be the real testing ground on whether it'll be approved or not.
Yeah, and we see advertisements on jerseys in the KHL, the Continental Hockey League over in Russian Western Europe, or Eastern Europe, sorry. And it's just all over the jerseys. I mean, it's excessive. I
mean, you're exactly right. I can't even tell where their logo is. I don't even know if they would have one. It's just McDonald's, Skoda, another foreign advertisement. It takes away from it being a jersey. Another thing I fear is that it could maybe eventually lead to adding advertisement all across the ice. Now, I'm okay with it being on the boards. I'm kind of okay with it, the 4 being in center ice, but I don't want it in near the covering every square inch of ice because you can't see the puck and it's just distracting.
Exactly.
All right, on to the next topic. I've been asked, do you think Phil Kessel being traded to the Penguins would make them more dangerous? I think they'll be a lot more dangerous than they were last year. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely, they will be. Phil Kessel, I mean, he was the leading scorer in the Leafs for 6 straight years. You put a guy like that, he's also one of the fastest players in the league, without a doubt. You can put him with either Sidney Crosby, or you can put him down the line and put him with Evgeny Malkin. That's just not fair. They already have a stacked attack. You add this one in the mix, and oh my, the Penguins are scary.
Yeah, to some, it may not look it, but Phil Kessel is one of the most athletic players in the league. I don't think in Toronto, I don't think he was reaching his potential, but I think he will now in Pittsburgh, being motivated by all those All-Stars.
Yeah, 'cause in Toronto, he was a really good player, but not on a good team. And going off the athleticism you said that Phil has, he also lost like 15, 20 pounds during the offseason, so he's a lot thinner. He must be cutting back on those hot dogs that he's famous for eating.
Yeah. I will say they have major improvement. Last year, you saw they made it down to the wire playoffs. They were plagued by injuries and mumps. Their players were just seemed undisciplined at the end of the year in the first round against the Rangers. I thought that they weren't going to make the playoffs this year, but now that adding Kessel, I think it motivates him. I think it motivates all of them, and I think they might actually win the division because Blue Jackets got better, but that's only adding one player, and I still think their defense isn't good enough. Devils didn't get better at all. I mean, they got younger, but they really didn't get better. Rangers didn't get better at all, maybe even got worse. Hurricanes are still crappy. Flyers still crappy. And the Islanders are just, I guess maybe give them a battle, but I don't think they're going to do any better than them just because they have Kessel.
Yeah. Well, I can see Pittsburgh moving up in the standings, maybe passing the Islanders, maybe even Washington. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, yeah, Washington.
Personally, I still see the Rangers winning the division because, I mean, if Hank goes on the tear, he could potentially play at the level Carey Price did last year and carry the team to at least a division championship, if not a second or third round.
But if something happens again where he gets injured, I don't think Ronta could carry the weight that Cam Talbot did. Remember, they also lost Carl Hagelin too.
Yeah.
For Edom, I think Duck's name is.
I think so. There's something like that.
Who do you think is going to be the most dangerous team this year?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm a Western Conference guy, so I'm going to stick to the West. I'll let you take that question for the East. I got to say Dallas. Who do they add in? They added in Sharp, along with others. They have the goaltending tandem of Lettinen and Yemi. So they have solid goaltending. They've improved much going up the middle.
Yeah.
They still have Sagan and Ben. So in the West, especially the Central, because I'm a Blues fan. So especially in the Central, I've got my wary eye on Dallas.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dallas, and I think one of the biggest things that they were missing was veteran presence, and they got that of plenty of Olduya and Sharp. I'm very interested to see the goaltending. I'm very interested to see the goaltending battle. New Jersey had that a few years ago with Schneider and Brodeur of a 1 and 1A pretty much, and that didn't work well for them. They scored goals for another, but they scored a lot of goals with Brodeur in net, but he let in a lot. Schneider saved a lot, but they didn't score for him. Do you think something like that could happen, where they feel more comfortable with the guy's play, but just he lets in too much?
Possibly. I don't really know. I don't follow the East all that much, so I'm assuming your opinion probably holds a lot more validation than mine does when it comes to the East, so I'll just trust you on that.
The East is an interesting story. It wasn't a very big bid draft year. There's a lot more improvements were mainly based on trades. It's a tough one. I'd say the Penguins would maybe win the division, but I think the most dangerous would maybe have to be the Blue Jackets. I mean, adding Brendan Saad, we saw him last year, that 9-game win streak and 13-game point streak. You can see how dangerous it can be when healthy. I mean, their defense is okay, but they've got great scoring, especially now with Saad. They've got a great goaltender in Bobrovsky. I think they're going to be dangerous, and I think a close second would maybe be Washington, getting T.J. Oshie for shootouts and Williams for leadership.
All right, as a Blues fan, I'm just going to say Oshie is not that good. I'm going to throw that out there. He's great. He's great one-on-one. If you can get him in on a breakaway, he's good. But other than that, he just falls down and loses balance a lot. So when it came to clutch situations, we were basically just wanting to keep the puck away from Oshie. He's just a turnover hazard.
All right, what else has been in the news? Really haven't heard much about Kane. It's just seems like delays after delays on that trial.
And I'm looking forward to the trial because I want to see how the grand jury would rule on that. And also, if he were to be charged, I would want to see what would happen with his contract. Because if the Blackhawks are then relieved of his contract, that immediately frees up $10.5 million in cap space. And the team already that good with that much cap space can be very dangerous.
I'm going to be a good Samaritan and say I won't have an opinion until I hear. We haven't heard enough evidence for really me to give an opinion. I've heard both that he did overpower, but I also heard that she was in a plan with another girl. That another girl actually, those were the bite marks, and that they're just planning to get money from him. Either way, someone's going to prison.
I would think so too. Yeah, and in my previous comment, I don't know if I made it sound like I was thinking he is guilty. I'm going to go with the legal perspective and say he's innocent until proven guilty.
That's what I'm going with, and at this point, I'll be the most pissed if the girls actually did something, but in a way got away with it, like didn't get a jail sentence. Because rape is bad, but pretending it happened is just as bad.
Oh yeah, and if he's accused that he didn't actually do it and charges stick, first of all, it's a shame that he's now in jail for something he didn't do. It should be a shame on the girl who's charging him because that's a horrible thing to do. I mean, that can ruin someone's life. Also, though, it kind of sucks for the game of hockey because, I mean, Patrick Kane is perennially one of the best players in the league. So losing him to something that not only puts a damage on the skill set of the league, but also on the reputation of the league. Because especially compared to like the NHL, or not the NHL, the NFL or the NBA, NHL players have a much cleaner reputation.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like 2014 and 15 were the year of violations. I mean, we all saw Mike Richards with the drug use. We saw Slava Voinov with the domestic violence. Well, it's really LA Kings causing problems, but they really got to be disciplined to keep this small. It's still a small amount, but it should stay at a small amount to nothing. I kind of feel they already took him off the cover of NHL 16. I feel like there's going to be more ahead, even if he's not found guilty.
Yeah, I would think so too. Moving on to our next topic, what do we have?
What?
What do we have for the next topic?
We pretty much talked about everything.
All right. Good show.
All right, good night, everyone, and God bless that you're a hockey fan.